Okay, we're talking about New Year's resolutions last week. I was about ready to say last year, but last week now. I'm actually going to set up, and this is a kind of like a overall like guide on how you can be successful. Now, it's not going to be an all-encompassing and all like this is the one way and the only way to be successful. But this is a path that I am going to lay out for you to be successful in 2025. Coming off like okay, New Year's resolution. Hey, look, I need to get shit in order, so I need to start getting the things done and everything. So this is one way to do it. So I am going to provide links and stuff in the comments, so you can start getting stuff together. So I'm going to come at it with the in the sense of the 7 pillars, like the videos I've done before on that and everything. So go back and check those out and everything. So the reason, like I said, the reason why like a lot of New Year's resolutions fail is because people don't go in with like a plan. They go in with unrealistic expectations. I want to lose 100 pounds over the next month, and oh, I want to be able to bench press 500 pounds, and within like 3 weeks. It's like you got to go in with realistic expectations first. So I'm going to come in at this from like a standpoint of most people are obese, at least here in America. So first and foremost, you kind of have to look at not necessarily weight loss, but we got to look at like fat loss. So first, so I'll probably use those two terms kind of interchangeably because I'm used to saying weight loss, so I will tend to go towards that. But so first and foremost, we got to lose weight. So well, how do we do that? It's the whole calories in, calories out. So we need to create that calorie deficit, and a realistic goal would be to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, and so it's roughly 3,500 calories deficit that you have to get into to lose 1 pound of fat. And immediately people will think like, well, I need to create a 3,500 calorie deficit every day. No, if you create that over a course of the week, which breaks down to roughly a 500 calorie deficit per day, that's much more sustainable. And so then oh, okay, so well, 1 pound a week is realistic and everything. And then of course, over the course of a year, you've lost 52 pounds and everything. So in 2 pounds, you lost yourself 104 pounds. So I'll use myself as an example. Being 75 pounds overweight, or being in the obese category, at least according to BMI. Now, of course, BMI is like a completely useless metric because it's only based on height and weight and everything. Because as of right now, technically, I'm in the overweight category, being like 160, 169 pounds, and only being 5'7". Now, of course, the BMI doesn't account for things like body fat percentage, your lean muscle mass, how much water weight you have, like your bone density, your all these other factors and everything. So, but I'm going to use those terms to kind of to convey an idea, because most people who are obese have a high body fat percentage, probably in like the 25 to 30% range. So you're going to want to start lowering stuff like that, getting back to like the okay 1 pound a week and everything. So what you can do, and instead of trying to fix your community, fix your nutrition, fix your training, fix your recovery, your mobility, your mindfulness, and being consistent, like all doing all 7 all at once and everything, tackle only 1 or 2 of those pillars at a time. So we'll sit here and yes, you're going to want to concentrate on community. That's really important, like the people you surround yourself with, and the digital content that you get into. So I'm going to focus on pillars 2 and 3, nutrition and training. What worked for me was that I dived headlong into training, and I got that pillar locked in. So first 6 months, I lost a good 50 pounds and everything, and then of course I hit a brick wall where I'm sitting there frustrated for for the next 6 months, and I wasn't losing any weight and everything. Where I was making progress though was getting my nutrition in check. So this is the reason why I'm going to concentrate on those two It's because those two can go hand in hand really easy, and if you get those two in, then you can start branching out. Like, okay, well, I'm going to the gym every day. I'm now like eating healthy, or like I should eating like a normal human being should be eating every day. Now let me start focusing. Like, it's been 6 months now. Let me start focusing on other areas. So by going into like a training and nutrition, you're going to have you're going to build a decent foundation for to be able to branch out and get those other pillars all set and everything. So, and the way to do it now, I'm going to come out with going across with Athlete X programs, because I've had like major successes with programs. Like, for instance, with Max Shred, I lost a good 15 pounds over the 3 months. Torch program is 1 month. I lost a good 3.5 pounds over that 1 month. I just recently came off of the All American Muscle program, where I put on 50 pounds on my deadlift, 50 pounds on my squat, and 20 pounds on my bench press. So I've had success with building strength with that program and everything. So this is why I'm going to provide a link for like the Athlete X programs. And so I'm going to say, for your training, start with the AX1 program. That will get you a good foundation with not only the training, but with like the whole concepts of the whole Athlete X programs. And they Jeff has a whole meal plan built into the whole program, so you get your nutrition in check as well. So now, and of course, the great thing is the programs are scalable. So like I'm going to say, like, most people are like obese and they're complete beginners, so you can pretty much like in a sense jack it down to like a complete beginner and still see massive success and everything. So you could quite possibly see like that 1 to 2 pound a week body weight loss and everything. So like now, of course, being completely untrained and being completely new to this, you might see a lot of massive success up front and everything, sort of like I did, losing 50 pounds in the first 6 months. So and you'll see like good strength gains and everything. So like newbie gains with in regards to building muscle size and strength and stuff like that. So like you got to temper that excitement and seeing all this massive success up front with realization that that's going to taper off, and then that's when the real work, like, you're going to start getting frustrated, like I did when I saw my weight loss kind of taper off. So once you get like through like the AX1 program, it sets you up for like one or two options. You can do the AX1 program again with the TNT plugins, or you can go right into AX2 and everything. So I want to say go right. I'm going to come at it from going into the AX2 program. So now you got your first 6 months of training done right there, and so now like that takes you into June. You've got your training, your nutrition locked in. By then, you can start plugging in like other stuff. So, and of course you could with the community get into the Facebook groups for Athlete X, start getting into Facebook groups on like other fitness platforms as you're going. So but coming back to like training and nutrition, with the meal plan already set into the program, you've got your training and nutrition locked in. Now, of course, any nutritional program, you're going to have those like gaps and everything in your micro and macro nutrient intake that you're going to need. So this is where like you also going to need supplementation. So I'm going to provide a link where you can get some supplements like moringa and like a collagen that you can use to begin with. And of course, you'd also would want to get something like maybe it's like a protein powder to make sure like you're getting enough protein in. You might want to get like a joint supplement and like a multivitamin and maybe a fish oil. So like there's like some supplements you can start off with to make sure that you're getting it in to kind of like help in your nutritional approach, making sure you're getting all those nutrients in that you need and everything. So now pre-workouts and stuff like that, they're not necessary, and I would but they are beneficial, and like I do use one myself and everything. So like I would say first and foremost, don't if you're first starting out, don't use a pre-workout. Get into like the AX1 program, get that locked in, get your nutrition locked in with the meal plan, get your supplementation in, with like the link and with other like stuff like the fish oil and the joint supplement and the protein powder. Get those in, and then like once you get that, see if you really like, okay, then maybe try like the pre-workout, maybe with AX2 or whatever. So after the first 6 months with the AX1, AX2, you've got your like training, your nutrition with your supplementation all locked in, and you're now starting to tweak stuff. The next 6 months, so that basically takes us all the way through June. From July until December, you start maybe looking at the other programs. Maybe you start like after doing 2-3 month programs, like maybe you want to do something like a quick sprint or something. That's where you start coming into the NXT programs, which are 1 month programs. So maybe you do like for July, August, and September, you do like a few the first like 3 NXT programs, get a good base on that and everything, and then maybe you get into like then in October, November, and December, like, okay, look, I've lost X amount of weight, I want to lose a little more. Maybe like you get into like the last 3 months of the year, you get into max shred, or maybe like you want to start building some more strength and everything. You have that good 9 month foundation. Now you go either max shred to lose some extra some more weight, maybe, or you branch off the other way and you use like old school iron. I say old school iron, but that's a 4 month program. You use something like another 3 month program, like a Monster Maker. I had success with that as well, focusing in on back. You could focus in on that, and maybe focus in maybe something that's lagging, maybe your shoulders, chest, legs, whatever, to build more strength and maybe quite possibly more size. So that takes you through the whole year. And with the first 6 months with the AX1 and AX2, like I said, you've got your nutrition, your supplementation, your training all locked in. Maybe in the second six months, when you're doing the NXTs and the like Monster Maker or Max Shred that I mentioned as an examples, maybe you start branching out and like start getting into the mobility, and like maybe start doing like getting into full-blown yoga classes on like the non-training days, based on the whatever program you're using for the Athlean X. And then like you make with recovery, with sleep and hydration and stuff like that, and get spacing out your workouts enough to recover from those. You then start seeing how you can improve on stuff like that for the recovery. So now you got like 4 pillars right there, like recovery, mobility, training, nutrition. And as you're going, you start tweaking like pillar 1 with your communities. You start surrounding yourself with better people. I use the happy hour analogy. Instead of going out to happy hour on Fridays, you're going to the gym, surrounding yourself with better people. You get into better content on this good old phone and everything. And of course, now with pillar 7, you're being consistent, so you got that pretty much locked in. Mindfulness, you kind of maybe you're in a position where you do need professional help with whatever like mental issues that you have. Then do it, get that. And so now you can see you're working on pillar 6, mindfulness. But two things that you can do on your own for that is like journaling and or meditation. So now you can see how you're going to set yourself up for success over the course of the year of 2025. So this is how you can be successful with that New Year's resolution that I mentioned last week and everything. So now I've pretty much laid out a whole like a plan for you to follow in 2025, so you can be successful. So again, I'm going to provide links that you can get into for the Athlean X and some of the supplements that you can get in conjunction with your nutrition and everything. So this is how you can have a successful 2025. So if you were to follow this, don't be surprised if you do see like at least somewhat success over the course of this next year.